What's going on, guys? Back again with another one, talking about health, wealth, happiness, success, getting money, getting rich, all the great things in life, right? So in this video, I want to talk about another side to winning, right? People understand this, but they never really go at it, right? I want to talk about focus, right? Having laser-like focus. It's like one of the top major keys. Like, you'll never get success in life if you cannot focus. Most people are walking around this thing blind, man. They are really walking around like NPCs. They're never thinking about life. They're never thinking about their goals or what they're trying to accomplish, or, moving throughout life like with a purpose, man. Like, you have to move through this world with a purpose, with a focus that is unmatched, untouchable when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to your goals, when it comes to whatever you're trying to accomplish in life. And this is why, so many people are just, it's like they're in a daze. It's like they're asleep. And they only just react to life. They're never proactive when it comes to life, right? That's the only way you're going to get there. You must become proactive in life. And you must go through life with a purpose, with an impeccable, unshakable focus about what you're doing, and nothing can come between you and the mission. So many people, they're just like, they'll go out for a night, right? And they'll be drinking with their buddies, and then they'll get a DUI, and they're like, oh man, I gotta go to court, and I gotta pay $10,000 in fees, and I don't have my driver's license anymore. It's like, you didn't know what was gonna happen when you got behind the wheel of that car. You just rolled the dice on if you got a DUI or not, if you got pulled over by the police or not. Or people that they'll go sleep around, and then now they knock somebody up and somebody's pregnant, and they're like, oh man, my life is ruined. And it's just like, you didn't know what was going to happen when you lay down with this person. It's just like it's like nobody's awake today. Everybody's just asleep. Everybody's just walking through life in a daze, in a haze. And in order to get to where you're going, there must be focus. I don't even understand how to put it any other simpler than that. You must have a plan, you must have a purpose, a goal, and nothing can move you from that goal, right? Even me, myself, right? I'm positioning myself right now. I'm probably going to spend majority of my life outside of the U.S. in about 4 or 5 years. I'm positioning myself right now. I'm making a plan right now, 5 years in advance. I'm getting ready right now to position myself to move outside of the United States. And so what does that look like? Well, that looks like I probably shouldn't get into any serious relationships, because I'll probably end up having a kid that's going to knock me off my plan. I probably shouldn't go around and try to get into a new car, which is going to give me a car payment, because why would I need one of those if I'm going to move overseas? It's like, when you get a plan, when you have focus, when you understand where you're going in life, you can just push away everything else that is going to get in the way of your focus, in the way of your goal, in the way of where you're going. And so many people today, they're just not focused. They don't have a purpose. They don't have a goal. And then they just get bonked in the head by life. And they're like, oh man, I don't know what happened. Like, come on, people. And I think it is deeper than this. I've looked into some of these ancient religious texts, the Gnostics, and they talk about, the chosen ones and the 144, and everybody else is asleep. But I really, truly believe that, you can wake up if you really want to. I don't feel like people can just have to be asleep forever. You can wake up. It just requires focus. It requires a goal. It requires some purpose. It requires you wanting to go somewhere in life. It's just so crazy when you just see people that are just struggling in life and always messing up and always just reacting to life, reacting to whatever happens in their life. And it's like, that you can live proactively, right? That you can get some focus and get a purpose and work towards a goal and, create the life that you want to have, right? To live, and not just have to react to everything that happens to you in life. But it requires a focus that is unmatched. It requires you to get a plan and to focus on that plan and to have nothing move you from that plan. So many people, they start off with a plan and then a woman knocks them off, or just they get in trouble and they you know, they're trying, like, they're like, oh, I'm at work, and you know, their work requires a drug test, and you know, they had a goal of staying down at the job, stacking some bread so they can do, you know, whatever else later on, and then they end up failing the drug test because they couldn't, you know, help from smoking some weed or whatever, and they fail the drug test, and then they get fired from the job, and it's just like, what are you doing, people? We must wake up. Humans must wake up. Otherwise, you're just gonna keep getting used and abused, right? If you don't have a plan for your life, if you don't have maximum focus for your life, somebody else has a plan for you. The government has a plan for you. Politicians have a plan for you. Secret societies have a plan for you. You have to get focused. You have to let everything else go that's a distraction from your goals, from your dreams, from your purpose. Everything else has to go. That girl, she's probably got to go. Doing drugs and alcohol, hanging out with your friends, they all got to go. Everything has to go that's not aligned with your purpose. You need maximum focus for your goals, for your dreams, for your life, man. This is your life, right? We got all these ancient texts that talk about reincarnation, right? You know, we come here, we keep redoing life. Well, we don't know if we do. If we do, maybe we sign a contract and, you know, all our memories get wiped. And we don't know if we come back or we keep redoing this thing. Who knows? But we're here right now. We got one life right now. You got to get focused, people. You got to get focused on your goals, on your dreams, on your visions. What are you trying to do with your life? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to become? You got to start thinking about that stuff now, before life smacks you in the face. I just keep looking around and everybody's just getting smacked in the face by life. It's like, you got to stop walking around like an NPC. You got to stop moving through the world like a zombie. You got to stop from getting distracted by news, distracted by the media, social media, politicians, celebrities, gossip, this, that. You got to get focused with your life. You got to get focused with your life. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave that one there, man. I know life could be better for so many people if they just got focused. If you're still in here, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Catch you beautiful people in that next one. Peace.